Dobrý den, jmenuji se Markéta Kutilová a jsem českou reportérkou, která pokrývala zejména válečné konflikty v Sýrii, válku s Islámským státem, válku v Libyi, válku o Náhorní Karabach a naposledy i válku na Ukrajině. Nicméně válka na Ukrajině není jediným konfliktem současnosti. Dalším konfliktem, který velmi trápí lidi zejména v oblasti Kavkazu, je válka o enklávu takzvaného Náhorního Karabachu. 22. září 2020 zaútočil Ázerbájdžán podpořený Tureckem na oblast Náhorního Karabachu, enklávu, kterou posledních 30 let kontrolovala Arménie. Válka měla být blitzkrieg. Přesto se Arméni dokázali bránit celých 44 dní. Kruté boje, které vojáci popsali jako masakr, zastavilo příměří zprostředkované Ruskem. Válka si vyžádala kolem 10 000 mrtvých vojáků na obou stranách konfliktu a 146 mrtvých civilistů. Tisíce lidí se stále pohřešují. Během konfliktu bylo spácháno mnoho válečných zločinů. Arméni přišli o 80% území Karabachu a přilehlých území. Příměří ukončilo boje, ale ne lidské utrpení. 10 000 Arménů ztratili svoje domovy, tisíce vojáků přišli o končetiny a přibývají důkazy o civilistech mučených ázerbájdžánskou armádou. Oblast, která zůstala Arménii v takzvaném Náhorním Karabachu, je nyní kontrolována ruskou armádou za tichého přihlížení světové společnosti i západního světa, který nedokázal této válce zabránit. O co jde Rusku v této oblasti? Jaké jsou zájmy Turecka? O co jde Ázerbájdžánu? Je ohrožena existence Arménie? A jak souvisí válka o Náhorní Karabach s válkou na Ukrajině? Na to se zeptám mého vzácného a milého hosta, pana Karena Ohanjanyana, který přiletěl přímo z Náhorního Karabachu a nyní si povídáme v Praze. Pan Karen je jedním z nejvýznamnějších lidí z Náhorního Karabachu a je to dlouholetý aktivista, který bojuje za nezávislost této oblasti. Byl i osobním přítelem Václava Havla a v České republice není poprvé, má k ní velmi vzácný a blízký vztah. V současné době pan Karen napsal 35 knih, jedna vyjde i v České republice a je jedním z hlavních postav naší knihy, kterou jsme napsali s Lenkou Klicperovou o válce o Náhorní Karabach, poslední zapálí vesnici. A Karen nám velmi pomohl, když jsme pokrývali tuto válku o Náhorní Karabach. Nyní přicestoval do Prahy a pokusí se nám vysvětlit, co se vlastně v této oblasti děje a proč tam není mír, jaké jsou zájmy Ruska a co on očekává, že se zde bude sledovat dál. Karen je v současné době poradcem prezidenta Náhorního Karabachu a je tedy více než zodpovědná osoba k tomu, aby nám na některé věci odpověděl. Karen, is it possible to shortly describe what is general situation now in Nagorno-Karabakh when we have Russian troops there, and how is the life of the people after the war?
After the war, Russian troops entered to Nagorno-Karabakh for peacekeeping aim. But in reality, I am calling these forces as the occupied forces of Nagorno-Karabakh because they came to Nagorno-Karabakh with the agreement between Azerbaijani leader, Russian Federation leader, and Armenian Republic leader, and they made a capitulation of Armenia according to this agreement. It was the total capitulation of Armenia and Nagorno-Karabakh between Russian Federation and Azerbaijan. And Azerbaijan received more than 70% of territory of former Nagorno-Karabakh, and just 30% of Nagorno-Karabakh right now, which is under the control of Russian military troops. It's allowed rest of the people of Nagorno-Karabakh who didn't became refugees in other countries to live in Nagorno-Karabakh and to create some hopes that in the future they could fight for their independence from Azerbaijan and from Russian occupation.
You are talking about so-called Russian occupation.
Yes.
But the Russians themselves, they say they are protecting Náhorný Karabach from another attacks of Azerbaijan and Turkey. After the war, there were around 2,000 Russian soldiers arrived to Karabakh. What is their position now and how they are behaving towards people, and what is their real aim? Why they are in?
It's a real aim. It's very clear for us that Russian troops in Nagorno Karabakh just for one aim, for the future escalation of the situation, and to try to manipulate with their presence in Nagorno Karabakh with the Azerbaijani government and Turkey related with the energy resources which go to the European
Union.
European Union, and this is the crucial things, and also to create a control under the behavior, to create a control on behavior of Azerbaijan and Turkey in the future, manipulating situation, making sharp aggravation between Armenia, Nagorno Karabakh and Azerbaijan and so on. But right now they are nothing doing for helping our people. From time to time Azerbaijani forces provoking situation and starting to occupy some territories, and on these territories is staying Russian troops, and they are doing nothing for protecting our people and protecting according to so-called agreement between Azerbaijani, Armenian and Russian Federation leaders statement which was signed in 10th of November 2020, and which became a total violation of international law, because according to international law, Karabakhian problem has to be solved in the frame of Minsk group of OSCE, and not in the frame of three leaders of Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russian Federation.
You mentioned the importance of natural resources in this conflict.
Yeah.
Is it possible to explain a little bit more to the people who don't know why Karabakh is important for this energetic policy, and why this area, small area, is so important?
Karabakh very important for main players, let's say strategic players, United States of America, European Union, Russian Federation, Iran and Turkey from another side. Yeah, and Karabakh attracting these main players just for one reason, because it's a very good geographical geoposition, and secondly it's having the region, Azerbaijan, Armenia and Nagorno Karabakh very rich with the mineral resources such like copper, gold, uranium, ferrum, and Azerbaijan full of energetic resources. And they are supply to Europe and other parts of the world with gas and oil. But taking into consideration the situation related with the gas supplier, Azerbaijan as how to say a country which is trying right now to became new Russia for Europe. Yeah, I would like to mention that Azerbaijan has not such a huge resources for providing Europe gas when the president of Azerbaijan declared that we will increase our capacity 2 times and more. It's very obvious that from that tube it's coming to European customers absolutely not only Azerbaijani gas, and also it's gas from Russia Federation, and probably 60-70% of this tube is full by the Russian Federation gas. And I have a question to European politicians and the European customers who very actively refuse to receive Russian Federation gas because of violation and very aggressive behavior against of Ukrainian during the war, and they prefer to receive just only gas from Azerbaijan. Yeah, they have to know that that gas also is Russian gas. And also another things related with the morality. If you are refusing to receive gas from the dictatorships of Russian Federation, from the Putin, why you are receiving so kindly and welcoming gas from Azerbaijan, the president of which is much more dictator than Putin? Where is your morality?
I have to agree because Azerbaijan ruling family, Aliyev family, is famous to be a very dictatorship and very corrupted government, which corrupted also many European politicians, and which is famous for buying the weapons for the money from the gas. And right now we all know that the European Union is signing new contracts with Azerbaijani government to supply more gas to Europe. And you, Karen, you are saying that it's not only Azerbaijani gas, but actually it's partly Russian gas,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So Azerbaijani government is playing some game with us Europeans.
Yes.
We don't see it. We Europeans, we don't see it, or we don't know it, or why do we play this game?
It seems to me that politicians are very good, well understanding the situation, but they have to do it for demonstrating their voters, yeah, that we are refusing to receiving Russian gas. But the simple people don't know exact situation, what is going on the market. Yeah, how is gas forming and following the tube of pipeline which is giving coming to the Europe. Yeah. Yes, and this is absolutely immoral, especially if we are taking into consideration the fact of violence which happened during 2020 war. During 44 days violation of aggression of Azerbaijan, Turkey and Russia, because it was a Russian invasion to start the war. Yeah, they push Azerbaijan to start the war and to try to test the international community how they are reacting on such a situation. And the international community kept silence and just watching indifferent how Azerbaijan and Russian Federation destroying towns, villages in Náhorného Karabakh, killed more than 8,000 soldiers, you know, this fact. And no one talking about this. Stepanakert was totally destroyed. It was absolutely the same picture like Azovstal in Mariupol. All Stepanakert. Who in the European country, which leader of a European country talk about this, that in Náhorného Karabakh is happening aggression against of civilians in Náhorného Karabakh, Azerbaijan killing humanity. It is the most horrible crime against of civilization. And what you are doing, you are just clapping them and asking, please give us much more gas, because your gas much more cleaner than Putin's gas, and you are less aggressive and less dictator than Putin. But in reality, you saw that instead of violence, more than 300 times more horrible than in whole Ukrainian, if we are taking in the large scale, Ukraine and Náhorného Karabakh.
So Karen, you are unhappy with the presence of Russia in Náhorného Karabakh, but at the same time it seems you are disappointed with, let's say, Western world.
Yes,
they didn't protect Náhorného Karabakh from the attack of Azerbaijan and Turkey in 2020.
Yes, you know,
am I right?
Yes, you are right, absolutely. And I would like to repeat many times that right now what is happening in Ukraine and what happening in European countries related with the refugees and the cost which European citizens are paying for behavior of the Putin in Ukraine. It's the cost of keeping silence of European countries during the war in Náhorného Karabachu. This is the cost of your silence and indifferent related with the war when they started to kill all population in Náhorného Karabachu.
So in other words, you mean that if the West protected Náhorného Karabakh from the attack of Azerbaijan and Turkey, maybe the invasion of Russia to Ukraine
will not exist. It's 100%. After that was situation in Kazakhstan, you know, artificial situation which Russia created and started to again to test the reaction of international community and absolutely again in different relationships, opposed to that aggression. And finally, Russian leader decided that it's very easy to make aggression and the international community will not react. But finally, he made a mistake decision.
So the war in Náhorného Karabakh shown to Putin that he can do anything without any punishment, let's say.
Yes.
So it like provoked him to attack more. So you see direct connection between Náhorného Karabakh and Ukraine.
Absolutely direct connection. If even now I am watching this situation related with the so-called peace-keeping forces, which I am calling occupation forces, and the number of soldiers which is located in Náhorného Karabakh decreasing because they are sending troops to Ukraine for fighting against of Ukrainian people. So it's also again connection. Also again connection related with the gas supply. Everything is connected to each other in this world. And the international community right now and international law is changing very rapidly. And life in the world is changing very rapidly. And we are on the stage when we have to do the right decision. And the right decision is respect humanity.
Right now, most of the Azerbaijani gas, which up to you is mixed with Russian gas, is being transported by the pipeline through Georgia, just to avoid Armenia as the enemy. And then it's going to Turkey, which takes big transition fees, then it goes to Bulgaria, and it goes through Austria up to Czech Republic. Because we have around 40% supply from this Azerbaijani pipeline. Right now, Azerbaijan is controlling most of Náhorného Karabakh. Is there any plan that Azerbaijan will build actually new pipeline through this area of Náhorného Karabakh just to make it shorter to Europe? And to supply more gas to Europe?
From Náhorného Karabakh and also from Armenia. You heard about Zangezur corridor, which they are talking very frequently and trying to push international community to push also to Armenia, to convince Armenia to agree to open this corridor, which will be controlled by Azerbaijani forces and Russian Federation forces. And this pipeline will go very directly to the Turkey. You listen that Putin in Almaty meeting convinced to Erdogan, and he agreed with him to create a hub of transition and energy resources from Turkey to Europe, to change the role of Germany, which before Germany played with the receiving energetic resources from Russian Federation, right now to replace this place to Turkey.
So we have a new coalition?
Yes, a new coalition, and this coalition has purpose during the war in 2002. So it was very long term action at that time when they started the war, to having this aim today.
So actually we have three dictator regimes, Putin regimes, Azerbaijan is Aliyev's regime and Erdogan Turkey regime, and three of them are cooperating now.
Yes.
To take this part of Armenian land and to profit from it to build new gas line to Europe, and Europe is clapping the hands and cooperating actually with them.
Yeah. Because European customers will receive, let's say, a little bit cheaper gas, and they will be very happy, and politicians will be very happy because they are solved the problem, because they refuse from Russian gas, and simple people don't know absolutely that it's the same Russian gas is coming to them, and they escape the cold time, winter time, and they will have an opportunity to receive gas and to stay in warm condition. They will be very happy. But the cost, it's a life of Nagorno Karabakh people. Lost Nagorno Karabakh people, Karabakh will lose more than 8,000 very young people, who has a great dream to stay in life, and to create a new life for them, future, to think about the future, to dream about maybe to changing the world, to making the world much more better. But in reality, in different position of the leaders of European Union to bring this situation, and in Nagorno-Karabakh, and in Ukraine, and in Kazakhstan. These three moments related to each other. And right now it's a new player is started to change the situation. It's Iran, which is not happy with the decision to open the corridor, because Iran right now receiving a lot of money from Azerbaijan for connecting two parts of Azerbaijan, which is right now separated by the Armenian territories. And for this, Iran receiving a lot of money from Azerbaijan. But if they will open this corridor, of course Iran has two main problems which could destroy the modern stability in Iran. It's first, it's that Azerbaijan has a direct line contact with the Iranian Azerbaijan, and you know that Western countries would like to use this problem for this to making instability in Iran. And second, it's a financial capacity of Iran will becoming more less than when corridor will function.
Karen, Armenia is known to be cooperating somehow with Russia. There are Russian troops in Armenia. They have the bases there long time. There is some agreements, etc. What is the position of Armenian government towards the invasion to Ukraine?
It's Armenia trying to keep distance from the Russian Federation, because you know that in 2020 Ukraine played very bad role for providing weapons to Azerbaijan, which Azerbaijan used against of our population. By the way, Armenia very clear understand that the Russian Federation troops in Armenia just for destabilizing situation, and Armenia very clear understand that after finishing the war in Ukraine, in the scenario of Russian Federation, it will be total disaster to another states from the Soviet Union, weak states, I mean, which one of the countries is Armenia, which will be in a vulnerable situation. And that's why Armenia always voting neutral in the UN and other intergovernmental institution decisions.
But at the same time, Armenia welcomes the refugees from Russia. Can you say how many Russian people already arrived to Armenia from the invasion to Ukraine, and what are they doing in Armenia?
Armenian government trying to keep a secret about the real figure of visitors to Armenia. It started from 24th of February, just after the first day of invasion of Russian Federation to Ukraine. Till now, it's about 250,000 people, and it's a huge number. They are everywhere. They are buying properties. They are renting flats. They are increasing the cost of life generally because they have money and so on, and they are buying. They are going to restaurant everywhere, buying foods or something. They increase their life quality of their life generally in Armenia. But in the meantime, for the poor people, it's life becoming very expensive.
So are the Russians welcome in Armenia?
Yes, except the moment that right now is the moment when Armenia totally understood, totally related. It's I'm including also the government and our Armenian parliament. They understood that the Russian Federation is the main enemy for Armenian nation. It's not a subject of discussion. It's an absolutely common decision of all Armenian nation. And we have no contradiction between government and between poor people, simple people. But meantime, the simple people and the government very welcome to the wave of visitors from Russian Federation to Armenia, because it's very intelligentsia people. It's a young generation. They are coming with their families, and they are mostly people in the IT technologies, creating some companies or something like that, and they would like to stay in Armenia and to work as for the future as maybe if they would apply for receiving citizenship. I know that there are many people applying for receiving citizenship, and they decided for themselves, majority of them, that they will not have anything with the Russian Federation. Yeah, of course, I am not excluding that probably 20% of these people who are in the flow of these refugees, so probably could be agents of the Putin or KGB or something like that. But majority is the normal people.
Recently, Azerbaijan attacked the land of Armenia. It's not anymore about Náhorného Karabach, but Azerbaijan is now attacking Armenia itself. What's your prediction? What will happen in this region? What will happen with Armenia? And should we expect new conflict in the region?
You know that this attack created distrust to Russia. If before population said that Russian troops has to keep us from aggression of Azerbaijan or Turkey or something like that, but after indifferent position of Russian Federation, it's a total losing of authorities. Russia lost everything in Armenia right now, and no one is believed that Russia could survive in Armenia right now. And recently, you know that the Speaker of House of Representatives of United States, Nancy Pelosi, visited Armenia just after the aggression of Azerbaijan, just for solidarity of for Armenian people. The same was the demonstration from the leaders of European Union, especially from the leader of France and other countries, demonstrating strictly that we are on a position that Azerbaijan has to withdraw their forces to the border part before, and to respect the territorial integrity of Armenia. Yeah, and this is creating a new moment. Right now, West would like to use Armenia against of Russia, and to try to use possibility of distrust and to take off Russia from the Armenian life.
So we will see changes,
yes,
conflicts.
Yes, and conflict will be continuing, but I would like to apply to Europeans, to the Western, all Western countries, try to support Armenia if you want to release Armenia from Russia. You have to demonstrate practical steps how you could support Armenia, and Armenia will go to that direction.
Nice. Thank you, Karen. I wish you safe return to your home, to Náhorného Karabachu, to Stepanakert, and thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.